as you may know, I have every Chizuru Mizuhara figure from Rent-A-Girlfriend, and today we add another to that collection. This one's a little bit controversial, and I'll tell you why here in a minute. But this figure is not new. Exactly new anyway, but we'll get into that. We will talk about that and much more when we unbox this thing. But I do want to say before I begin, if you want to see more like this video and many, many more like it, do subscribe. That really helps me out. Also give this video a like. That also helps out. Also comment your thoughts down below, either while you're watching or at the end of the video. That also helps because everything helps the video continue to grow the channel. These unboxings are not the best for the channel, but a lot of you do enjoy them, and I do get a lot of comments telling me how much you do enjoy them, so that little bit of interaction always helps to make me want to keep more of these and making more of them for you. Let's unbox this thing. So, this is a Maid Bikini figure here, and why I say that this is not quite new is because it really isn't. So, this is a figure that has come out, but the mold on it, the pose of Chizuru is familiar. And I'll show you more later. We have the other figure to compare it to, but it's very similar to another figure that we have gotten. And I don't like that. I don't like that really at all. But we're gonna look at that anyway, and we're gonna have her in the collection anyway. But I did get this figure from AmiAmi. At the time of recording this video, this figure is still available. Now, by the time this goes up, because I'm recording this a couple weeks in advance, by then, I don't know if it will be or not. So, double check. If it isn't, I apologize, but it was at the time recording this. So, just looking at it just out of the box here, you can see that it does have this like backdrop here, like another figure that we'll also look at here in a little bit. It also has the kind of props here and everything. Just, you know, standard little figure. It's got some extra little bits in it. I'm excited to see what this, you know, has to offer. Maybe it'll shock me. Maybe it'll really blow me out of the water. I kind of doubt it, but maybe. Now we're getting a few Chizuru figures this year. Not only this one, but there's also going to be another Maid figure coming out soon, so that'll be something we can look at. There also is 2 more versions of the swimsuit figure coming soon, so that'll be something to look at. So plenty of Chizuru coming out this year. There's also a standard version of the Chizuru figure that we've got like 3 times. We're getting it again, so that'll be something. So stay tuned. I'll be reviewing all of them. So I guess this is just one big piece. I guess so. Just covered in plastic, so let me get this out of the way. This is kind of an odd way of packaging this. I don't know if she'll come off of the base. I would assume so. I would assume she has to. Yeah, she does. And then we have the broom, which we'll look at more here in a little bit. And then a big piece of plastic here. Interesting way they package this. I don't know if I love it or if I hate it. We got a bucket. Always nice to have a bucket. And then the backdrop itself here, which we have more plastic in. Okay, so let's start off and just look at the backdrop here. So you can see there that this door opens. It's the same thing as the other one we got before, but it's in a different design. This whole backdrop is actually brand new from everything that I can tell here. So we do have this little piece of tape here, and we can pull that off. I'm just gonna stick it on the plastic there. And it looks like we can take this and can we slide this up out of there? We can. So that looks like it is a protective thing. No, that's just a sticker that goes over this mirror here. So I can peel that off. And there's you, or there's you. But let me go ahead and I will put this in there. So yeah, you get this mirror there. You know, it works. It also spoiled the figure that I'm comparing it to here in a minute, but hey, you can just wait and see that one. We do get a bunch of soap bottles here. We'll go ahead and pull them all out and get their plastic off of them. I do like that they gave us these little details. I think they're quite cute when they do this. You know, they don't have to, but I think it adds to a figure when you give them these little bonus things. And, you know, despite me having problems with the figure as a whole, I think, you know, the backdrop here obviously is quite well done. So that's a big plus anyway. It does look like the shower head here does come down. So if you want to, you know, make a scene or whatever, you can do that. That is an option there. Pretty neat. We'll go ahead and get the broom or the mop out of here. I mean, it's a well done mop. It's got a lot of detail right in there. I mean, did we need the mop to be that detailed? Not necessarily, but hey, it's well done. I gotta commend them for that. And the water bucket here seemingly goes back here in the corner. So yeah, we got the bucket down there, we got the mop here. Now let's get Miss Chizuru out of her plastic prison here. It's one thing about Chizuru figures, they always have all of this plastic all around her hair, and it is always a pain to get off. Let's see if her head comes off. It does. Good, good, good. That makes it a little easier. And then we'll pull the plastic off of her body here, and then we'll put her head back on. And there we go here. So obviously this is the, that's an odd angle. Can we turn that? Yeah, we can. Okay, so that's better. I like that angle. So obviously, this is meant to be kind of like a bath scene, and you know, I guess this works. You got like some detail on these. It's a good figure. Like the detail in the outfit is really well done. You do get a little tease of the butt there, and obviously the feet and everything. And then you can kind of make it to where if you wanted to, in the mirror, you can show off a little bit of her cleavage if you really wanted to. It's a solid figure. I'm very happy with it. And then as like with the other figure, you can open up this little door here and have a little, like, you're walking in. Maybe you could even turn the figure so that it looks like you're walking in on her. It's an option if you really wanted to. So this seems like a pretty good figure, but I have problems with it. I'm going to show you some more close-ups here as we talk about it, but why? Why is this sort of a bad figure? It's very easy. It's very simple. Because I want to show you this other Chizuru figure that we got. It's the same thing. So the pose is literally the exact same. The hair is it the exact same? Yeah, I mean, it's slightly different. Like, barely. I don't know. No, it looks identical. It looks identical. I mean, why? I get it. This was probably a well, you know, it sold well, or complete opposite of that, this didn't sell well, which I don't think it did. I think it did because this isn't really available much anymore. But maybe this didn't sell super well, so they took these figures and then took the mold and did those. Or this sold really well and they took this mold and changed the outfit slightly and just made that. Either way, why? Why not just give us a brand new pose? I know that's expensive. And I know that you're going to have people like me that will bite them either way. But if I wasn't a big Chizuru fan, I wouldn't buy both of these. But if this was in a different pose, I could see myself buying both of these. Like, all right, say for instance, this is Mai from Bunny Girl Senpai. And we get a Christmas version and she's kind of like this. And then we get a new version, but she's in the same pose, like this one. I wouldn't buy the second one. I would buy the first one and not buy the second one. I don't like this. This is not great. And I will also say that this is not the only time we're going to have this problem, because there already is another Maid figure that is coming soon that is based off the other Santa figure. So now we are going to have two Chizuru figures that are based off the same two figures from the same two sets. Why? Just why? Now, a couple years ago, this figure came out here, and this was one of my favorite figures at the time. And to compare it to this one, it is a massive upgrade for the background. But the difference is that this figure really felt like it was something special because it was something we didn't get. And it almost did feel like a continuation of the Santa figure because in this figure, we got these little Santa bikini that is thrown in the laundry basket. So it was this really neat little thing because it felt like, oh, we're telling a story with all of these figures from Rent a Girlfriend. However, that story kind of ends now because, you know, Santa Chizuru, lingerie Chizuru, now Maid Bikini Chizuru is basically just Santa Chizuru. It's basically taking two figures that probably sold well and combining them in the worst ways possible. One of my favorite figures from last year was the one-piece swimsuit of Chizuru. I loved that figure. That figure was really good. However, obviously now, this figure is going to be not one of my least favorite. I do think it's fine. I think it's serviceable, but I don't think it's good by any means. I think it is just another way to sell a figure to us that seemingly doesn't have a lot of thought put behind it. Also, normally these figures will have like a little notebook in them so that they will tell you, or a little instruction manual to tell you kind of what everything does. This one, I can't find it. So either I didn't get one or it's just not included. But there's this like cutout here, and let me move this. There's this like cutout here in this figure. And I don't know if you can see it. It's right here. I don't know what that is. And I don't know what to do with it. Like, does it do anything? I don't know. But why is it here? It comes off. But why? Like why? Does it connect to the other one? And if that's the case, why? Because, like, all right, say it is another, you know, Maid Chizuru figure that it can connect to. Why would you want two Maid Chizurus side by side? If that's what your plan is, make Maid Chizuru, Maid Ruka, make them one set. Not two of the same character. Overall, this figure just leaves me with a lot of questions, and a lot of disappointing questions. Listen. Rent a Girlfriend is obviously a popular series. It's getting season 5 this year. So, to the point to where you are continuing to make just the same figure over and over again. They made a repeat of the lingerie figure by making it white, and then now they're making both of the Santa Chizurus over again with a slightly different bikini and a slightly different background from the lingerie figure. It no longer feels like they're making unique figures. It feels like they're just milking us for whatever they can. I don't like that. I really just want more figures. I'm not asking for much. This outfit's a good idea. The background is fine, but it really does feel like that they kind of are out of ideas. And that's sad because get the creator of this series to draw you out like 15 different Chizuru ideas, and he'll have it done by tomorrow. You think that dude doesn't know of more ideas to put Chizuru in? He does every week. We're not completely done talking about this figure. We'll talk about her again whenever the other Maid bikini thing shows up. But so far, this is a disappointing figure. Is it terrible? No. If you don't own the Santa Chizurus, then this is a fine figure. It works, and I would be proud to own it. If you don't own the lingerie figure or the Santa Chizuru figure, this is an excellent figure, and you're going to really enjoy it. But if you do own those two, you're going to feel cheaped out, like I am. So that's where I'm at with this figure. This is not me hating on this figure. This figure is fine. It's just lazy. So that's where I'm at. Let me know what you think. Do you think it's a lazy kind of cop-out here, or do you think it's a cool idea? Let me know down below. If you did enjoy this video, like I said, leaving a comment, leaving a like, or sharing this video really does help. So please do that. That is I'm very grateful for all of you when you do that. But anyway, thank you so much for watching. I'll talk to you guys again soon.